Hello everyone, welcome to Acorn of Thought, and this week's article is called Trust in Him. This article is specifically for those who feel like they're stuck in a rut in life. And I don't mean a small temporary problem that we get through. I mean a real rut, something that just has been going on, and maybe it's months, maybe it's years, and just something has happened. Perhaps a part of your life has been torn away for some reason. Maybe some family tragedy has occurred, some unplanned event in your professional life, or maybe it's a broken relationship. Whatever the case may be, some devastating event has occurred, and you can't seem to recover from it no matter what. And you try and just can't seem to get out of this rut that you feel like you're in. It's almost like you're in a pit. You just can't seem to climb out no matter how hard you try. And we would like to hope, beyond all hope, I think, that somehow everything just comes back together again. But sometimes it just doesn't work like that. For the real important and significant problems that we have in life, that's not the case. Sometimes it seems like nothing will ever change no matter what we do. And so what is it that we are to do? Just give up? And I would say no. It's very easy to fall into another rut because of the first rut. And that being that one assumes that God's not listening anymore and that he's turned his back from you. And so, or turned his back to you. And you're trying to figure out, geez, what can I do now? I mean, there's just no hope now. But when you're at that lowest point where you feel like there's just nothing you can do, you've tried everything, and you pray and just nothing comes out of this. And you get to that point where you assume that God is just not listening. He doesn't care. He's turned his back to you and he's looking the other way. He's not even present. I would offer this, and that is, I don't think that's right. I think that you need to keep all the stuff that you're thinking in proper perspective. First off, this is something that Satan's feeding into you and trying to take you down further, down a point of total despair. Don't fall for that. There's a few things that you must remember. And as I said, I don't feel like God's turned his back to you. He is probably doing something much bigger than you. And the time that it takes to get that bigger thing done, whatever it is, or those bigger things done, whatever they may be, are essential. It may be lining up just the right people to be in just the right place for an event to occur that can be a big turnaround for you. God is doing something, or he has already done something, but he's still in process with what other things need to be done to help pave the way for you. I remember that at one point I had a job that I just felt like I was in a total rut, wasn't getting anywhere. I felt like I was in a dead-end career. And at one point I felt like, geez, there's just nothing I can do. I'm stuck. And, this just must be where God wants me. I just, but I can't get even a confirmation I'm even in the right place. And I begin to, really feel bad about that work. And then one day I get a call and I get a job offer out of the blue. Now, something to remember is when you're going through this waiting process, you don't realize what God has going on. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot more things going on that are bigger than you, outside of your field of view. But when that offer came, and I accepted and left and went for that, I realized, being on the other side, all the things that took place for that offer to occur. And God had to work in a lot of people and had to work in their hearts and make things just right so that everything lined up perfectly so that the event of that offer could actually happen. Because on its own and on my own, it wasn't going to. But with his intervention and with his work, I can see, being on the other side, that if you just give him time, and sometimes that's hard to do, things do come through. You know, he is doing something bigger than you. Always remember that. And he's trying to pave the way for you. You got to remember that. But in the end, what it is you're waiting for, he will come through for you when the time is right. But let's say, if we knew that everything that he's doing in others is just right, what's preventing this from happening now? What's preventing this next event? It could be that he's still waiting for you. It could be that he's still working in you. It still could be that he's passing you through test after test until you finally make it, until you finally have the right heart, mind, and spirit for that moment, that next moment. After all, having all the right people and all the right places all ready to go for you means nothing if you're not ready, if you are not ready, if your heart, mind, and spirit is not ready. And so he may be passing you through tests to bring you to that place where you finally realize that there are things in you that must change before you can have that next door open before you. But when he helps you through that phase that he's waiting for you to have a change in heart, mind, or spirit in, he will open that door for you. And that's important to remember. He could be providing a test for you to take you deeper. He may be passing you through some negatives. That weight, the pain, and the agony of going through it is as a way to prepare you for that next step. So while you wait, unknowing what God is doing in others, you can't doubt. You just have to believe that he is working through others, that he has bigger things in store for you. Take a look at Isaiah 40, 28 through 31, when you have a moment, please. It's important that you understand that that particular scripture could definitely help you in keeping the right mindset for the events that you're going through. God graciously accepts those who accept him. He's going to provide you with the kind of strength you need. He's going to walk alongside of you, as I said in verse 31, when all else is just too much for you to bear. But alone, that may be true, but with him walking beside you, not so much of a problem. He's always there to lean on. Stay prayerfully minded in that. Always remember that, and keep this focus that he's always there. Don't think that he's turned his back on you. There's no telling what he's prepared for you. There's no way of knowing what he has in store for you. But he's going to have something for you if you are really trying, if you really pay attention to what's going on, and be the person who does the right things, makes those right decisions, and moves away from those sinful things in all aspects of your life. That said, be patient, trust in him, and let him do his work beyond your vision, and let him do his work in you, and everything will line up just fine. I thank you for reading the article and watching this video, and I wish for you a blessed day.